Hey everybody, welcome to the Smart Over 50 show. I am Vicki Helm and we want to talk about the Smart Over 50 show because there are no labels and there are no limits, and today we're going to talk about that. This is the last show in this series. This is the last time you and I get to be together, and we're going to be talking today, and I'm so excited. Hey Suzanne, I hug you, I see you, I hug you. Hey Deborah, nice to see you guys on. Thank you for coming on. Everybody's hopping on, and you guys are going to be hopping on faster than I can say hi to everybody. Jocelyn, Joan, everybody, glad to see you here. Today, I want to talk about, I'm going to switch things around now. Jocelyn, just chill out. But today we're going to talk about someday. But I want to talk about a conversation I had today. Hey, Daryl, nice to see you. Welcome aboard. I was talking to a friend of mine this morning. I love you too, Suzanne. You guys, there are so many people onboarding right now. I'm just going to continue talking. I want to welcome everybody here. Thank you for being here. It's really going to be a fun day. This morning, I had a conversation with somebody. We were talking about abundance and what that means. And I am not one of those people. Hey, Lori, Sunflower, glad to see you here. We're talking about abundance, and everybody has got this abundance mindset, and there's all of this abundance. And I got to thinking, and the question I have about the abundance mindset, and some of the people feel that abundance happens without effort, and I don't. I think if you want abundance is because you create abundance, is because you actively participate in creating the abundance you want in your life. So I was thinking about the United States. The United States, the streets are paved with gold, and there's the land of opportunity and all of these things. And yet we have almost $22 trillion in debt. Now, if abundance is everywhere, why do we have to use debt to get abundance? There's a disconnect for me. There's a disconnect for me where you are playing with your someday. Your someday, I'm going to have this. Someday, I'm going to have that. Every time we try to acquire abundance by using debt, we aren't acquiring abundance. And if we have to pretend that we have abundance because we have access to debt to purchase it with, we don't have abundance. We're telling ourselves a lie. This country is $22 trillion in debt. There's never been a country before us. There's probably never going to be a country after us who holds this much debt. We make our money by selling debt to other people. That plays with somebody's someday. And I want to let you know there's no such thing as someday. No such thing. You're going to take an action right now. And when I was talking to that person, your someday has two efforts to it. Two efforts. It's either going to be your work ethic or your debt ethic. Your work ethic or your debt ethic. That's it. Those are the only time you're going to acquire your abundance. So when you plant a garden and you go out and you tend the garden and you water the garden and you make the effort to grow the garden, and it's done by your work ethic, then I believe you have abundance. I believe that your garden will supply you with whatever you want as abundance goes. And my abundance works because I work for it. Now, your debt ethic is that ability to buy abundance, which is a false sense of abundance. It's a false sense of abundance, and it ruins your someday. Someday I'm going to have this. Someday I'm going to have that. Someday I'm going to do this. Someday I'm going to do that. As long as you're so in debt that you can't create a work ethic that gets you an abundance that's outside of your debt, then you don't have abundance. And why am I saying this? This is so important to understand, because wealth is built, abundance is built by work ethic. Whether that work ethic is a job or a business is up to you. Now, I use business because With a business, I can raise my profits. I can raise my prices to meet inflation. And wealth is the thing that you create that's above inflation. It's above your cost of living. And so with a business, you can adjust that. There's more abundance with it. But having a business has work ethic. It doesn't have a debt ethic. So today is the last day I get to spend with you. And I thought, what is the most wealthy thing I could give you? What is the most wealthy thing I could share with you before we go for a little while? I'll be back. We have some really cool things unfolding, and we're going to share them with you as we go. But when we talk about the future right now, you are going to be living either your truth and being in your truth, or you're going to be living a false sense of reality. And every time we incur more debt, you're incurring a false sense of reality. Wealth is that you own. It's that you create. It's a skill set you have. It's an attitude you live with. Wealth is everywhere around you. And if you cop out on yourself and your own personal abundance by making it full of debt, then you are going to be owing your someday with interests and fees and paybacks and things like that. You're going to be owing your someday. When you create it over here and it's really your garden and you work it and you water it, your abundance is yours. Now, I look at that. If abundance is all there is, if there's really this huge, big abundance, then why do we have to use debt, which is enslaving, to go ahead and purchase that abundance? Where does the abundance come from? Abundance doesn't come from debt. It always comes from work ethic, and it always hurts your someday. Someday I'm going to do this. Well, someday after a while is like, someday I'm going to pay off this debt. Someday I'm going to pay off this debt. So whoever is listening right now, what I want to give you is there's great ways to make wealth. But the first thing we have to do is recognize that abundance is something we are. It's not something we buy. It's not something we get. It's us. We're the abundance. Just like a flower or a fruit tree, when a fruit tree gets in bloom, it doesn't go, here's one big apple, just one big apple. No, there's several apples. There's several apples. You are your own orchard. What you learn, whatever skill set you give yourself, whatever business you give yourself, whatever you do now, that serves your abundance in the future. What you do right now is plant the garden. How many books are you reading? How many businesses are you starting? How are you nurturing that? That part of you that is growing, that's where your money's going to grow. Your money isn't going to grow. I don't care how many times you whip out that credit card. Your money isn't going to grow. And I want to let you know, the United States keeps whipping out its credit card and saying, I'm the land of opportunity. I'm the land of opportunity. Our streets are paved with gold. Our streets are paved with gold. Is that true? If our streets are really paved with gold, why do we have to use debt to do that? I just want to leave you with that question today. You do not have to do what they're doing. You can do your own thing and say, my work ethic is my abundance. My spirituality, my heart is my abundance. I want to let you know, and I want to leave you with this last thing. My greatest joy in doing business, my greatest joy in my writing books is to serve humanity, to share my message with you and serve humanity. My greatest joy is to be able to see somebody else's lights go on as well as mine and learn something from you as you've learned from me. Thank you for spending the last umpty days with me where I've spent 30 minutes with you or 15 minutes with you. Thank you for sharing yourself with me. I know it's a big deal. There are billions of people on Facebook Live. And today you're sharing that gift with me. It doesn't go unnoticed. It's been an honor serving you this way. We're going to be back with such incredible stuff. I am just flattered that you've been with me. I want to let you know that this is Smart Over 50. There are no labels and there are no limits. Thank you for being with me. I'll see you guys in a little while. Bye-bye.